And joining us live now is the former U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Michigan, Mr. Patrick Miles. Pat, thanks for joining us this afternoon. We appreciate your time. Talk about the size and the scope of this operation to bust up this plot. We're talking about the FBI, federal prosecutors, state police, the state attorney general's office. This was a big operation.
It certainly was, Brian. This was a very big operation. And frankly, the conspirators or alleged conspirators, there was a number of them as well. But one thing that we have here in West Michigan, which I really appreciated when I was U.S. Attorney, is we have great cooperation among the local police departments, the county sheriff departments, the state police, the various federal agencies, the county prosecutor's offices, and the U.S. Attorney's offices, as well as the state attorney general. We all work together well. There aren't a lot of fights over jurisdiction and boundaries. Everyone in law enforcement in this area really wants to just do the job and do it well and get it done. They don't care about who gets the credit. They just want to do the job and put the bad people away.
And Pat, also regarding law enforcement, at their press conference earlier this afternoon, they took great pains to talk about, even though we may be divided as a country and have our disagreements politically, that resorting to this type of violence has no place, and that law enforcement is united in rooting this kind of thing out.
Absolutely it is. Law enforcement doesn't have a partisan bend at all. I know that from experience at the Department of Justice and the U.S. Attorney's Office. Everyone calls them like they see them. It's straight down the line. We have unfortunately seen some things and statements, by our president and even, by our U.S. Attorney General that seem to show some favoritism. But for the most part, especially at the local level, at the U.S. Attorney level, these offices are completely apolitical, nonpartisan, just trying to put bad people away. And that's what you have in this situation. Even the complaint that was filed with the court to arrest these individuals, nothing was mentioned about their particular political leanings or their ideology. It was simply about the facts of the case and the crimes that they were alleged to be committing.
Pat, what understanding do you have of the Michigan militia? Did you ever have to have an encounter with the militia in any kind of legal setting when you were in office there?
Well, the Michigan militia, we know, has been around, and there are different incarnations of it in our state. I know the Eastern District had a case with the Houdarie, who were planning some violent crimes. In Western Michigan, we also have some of these militias. We also have individuals who call themselves sovereign citizens. We had a number of those cases where people declare themselves sovereign from the jurisdiction of the federal government, and that they're not required to pay federal income taxes, and they're not subject to the courts, and they will often harass people in federal offices, whether it's judges or prosecutors or law enforcement. They'll file liens against their property and that sort of thing, just harassment. So they don't often rise to the level of planning violence. This group was certainly planning some serious violent acts. They wanted to be very disruptive. They particularly wanted to do so before the federal election on November 3rd. It was their intention to essentially take down the state governor and the state government.
Yeah, it is chilling reading that criminal complaint that was issued by the district court today. Patrick Miles, we always appreciate your insight, the former U.S. Attorney of the Western District, talking with us live over Zoom today. Pat, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Take care.